Now, listen to this. Wanted. Intelligent, sensitive female pen pal by lonely boy who is tired of flighty, flitty girls. Good looking. Interested in athletics, poetry, and space travel. Write Lancelot, box 385. Boy, he sounds great.
What would you expect him to say? He's short, fat, and stupid?
If I ever see that in an ad, I'll know who it is.
I'm not fat.
I guess that makes you short and stupid.
Hold it. This is not a battlefield.
I think I'll drop him a little line.
Do you think that's a wise idea, Patty?
To have a pen pal? Sure.
But you don't know anything about him.
Let's leave it up to old 2 feet on the ground. Don't you think it's a good idea, Kathy? No, I don't. Why don't you mind your own business? First letter or two might not do any harm, Patty. But things like this have a way of becoming involved.
I wouldn't mind becoming involved with a dreamboat like that.
Imagine. There that poor boy is. Lonely and disillusioned. And good-looking. And good-looking.
Patty, that description may be a complete fiction. You don't know one single fact about this boy.
I have a feeling about him.
So have I, and I'm against this.
Papa, who is Lancelot?
He was a knight.
What kind of knight?
A good knight.
Good night.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Oh, it's you.
Well, who are you expecting?
I thought it might be the mailman.
I've seen the mailman. You're better off with me. What would you like to do today?
Go jousting?
Jousting? What made you say that?
I don't know. Why don't you have an apple?
This isn't a good season for apples.
Richard, haven't you ever fancied yourself as a knight in shining armor?
Sure, I guess every boy does. Let's go bowling.
Okay.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing. Only it seems all our lives we've gone bowling every Saturday. We're in a rut.
Well, what would you like to do?
Oh, go bowling, I guess. I'll go change.
Where'd I go wrong?
You sound like the answer to all my dreams, Guinevere. Guinevere? That's my code name. It is obvious from your letter that you are a warm, sensitive human being. A rare, free spirit.
Oh, boy, what did you write to him?
I just revealed the real me. In a world of strangers, it is such joy to find a kindred soul. Another being who understands and cares. Please let me hear from you soon. Always, your Lancelot.
Wow. What does he look like?
Tall, good-looking, athletic, according to his publicity. Patty hasn't actually seen him yet. Anyone who can write like this is an honest man. You can feel his sensitivity coming right through the paper.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Richard.
I guess I'd better be running along. Me too. Promised Mother I'd be home early. Bye.
I go with you. I'll see you at home.
I thought we were going to meet at the library. I waited for you there.
Stop nagging.
Nagging? I made a simple statement.
And why do you always wear those sloppy sweaters?
Well, what do you want me to wear to the mall chop? Tails?
And can't you comb your hair?
I don't know what's the matter with you, Patty. You've been acting like we're married.
Married? When I get married, it's going to be to someone who's sensitive and gentle and understanding.
That's what I'm looking for, too.
Richard, I'm going to give you some advice. You better shape up.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that I want something more out of life than milkshakes.
That girl's gonna lose me if she's not careful. My darling Guinevere.
If but one day were left to me, I would spend that day with thee. I'd but an hour before I died, I would spend it at your side. And if in minutes my span was through, I'd beg to share that time with you.
It's beautiful. Lancelot has talent.
Yes, so...
Are you going to meet him?
Oh, I don't know. Compared to him, I'm such a clod. Oh, there's Richard. He's becoming a real faucet. Drip, drip, drip. I think Richard is very nice. Oh, he used to be. But he's changed. Has he? Or have you? I guess I'm outgrowing him. Girls mature faster than boys. I let him in.
Hi, Kath.
Hello, Richard.
Is her ladyship in?
Patty's in there.
Boy, she sure has been acting like a snapdragon lately. What's with her?
I can't say. But there's an old adage you might think about.
What's that?
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Like, hi there.
Hello, Richard.
Do you mind?
Is that all you ever do? Eat?
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, sure. But there are other things in life.
Like what?
Like poetry. Don't you ever think about poetry?
What made you ask that?
I don't know.
I know lots of poems. The boy stood on the burning deck, eating peanuts by the peck. The deck grew hotter. His feet got toasted, but he kept on eating. He liked them roasted.
That's what I thought.
What's the matter, Patty? Everything I do is wrong lately.
I've been thinking, Richard. Maybe we've been seeing too much of each other. I think we should stop dating. Now, don't go getting your feelings hurt. One day you'll thank me for this.
I'll thank you now.
What?
You haven't been so much fun to be with lately. All you do is criticize. Why do you wear that old sweater? Why don't you comb your hair? Why are you eating an apple?
Just trying to be helpful.
I can get that kind of help from my enemies. If I want to be nagged, I can always go home to my parents. Well, guess this is goodbye.
I guess it is.
I don't know what happened to us.
I'm just looking for something more in life.
We all are, I guess. Well, Patty, I hope you find it.
I think I already have.
You mean there's some other guy?
In a way.
Or maybe I have some other girl.
I hope so, Richard. Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck to you.
Say, where's Richard been? I haven't seen him around here lately. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just curious.
Richard won't be coming around anymore, Papa.
Did you have a quarrel?
No. We just decided not to see each other anymore.
Doesn't sound like a quarrel, it sounds like a war. Are you, seeing someone else?
Not exactly.
Well, it's none of my business. I certainly don't want to pry. Who are you seeing?
Just a boy.
What's his name?
Lancelot.
Do you mean that handsome, lonely, sensitive boy who was looking for a pen pal?
Oh, brother.
Are you telling us that you've given up Richard for a boy you've never seen?
Oh, I don't have to see him. You should read his letters.
Patty, there is an old adage. A boyfriend at the door is worth 2 pen pals on paper.
That doesn't apply to Lancelot, Papa. Would you like to hear part of his last letter?
I certainly would.
I already read it.
Oh, you little...
Ross, that's snooping.
She left it out in the open.
Where out in the open?
At the bottom of her bureau drawer. Tell him the bit about the oasis.
Oasis? Where does he live, in Arabia?
He lives in New York. His heart belongs to the world.
Oh. Go on.
And now that I know you, dear Guinevere, I have found my oasis. My thoughts turn to you, and I am at peace.
Who's Guinevere?
Oh, that's my code name.
He sounds like quite a boy.
Have you, exchanged pictures or anything?
No. We decided that looks are but superficial facades.
You did. Aren't you planning to meet?
Someday, maybe. Why?
Because I think you should. Tell you, Patty, I really don't like the idea of your building up fantasies like this. Now, if this boy is as great as you think he is, you should find it out.
If he's not?
Well, I think you should find that out, too.
Patty, you haven't said one word in 10 minutes. Is something wrong? What is it? Doesn't Lancelot want to write anymore?
Oh, it's worse than that. He wants to meet me. I mean, personally.
Oh, but that's wonderful.
Is it? What do the words terrible panic mean to you?
I can't meet him. Why not?
Because I'm nothing and he's the end. Let's face it, Cuz. I'm just another girl. There are millions of me running around. If he met me, he'd lose his faith in human nature.
Do you want to stop writing to him?
Of course not.
Then you've no choice. You've got to meet him.
No, I don't.
You can meet him. You're all the things he thinks I am. Forget it, Guinevere. You're on your own.
You mean you won't help me?
I am helping you. I'm sending you out to meet your dream man.
Where's your courage?
I'm sure Lancelot wouldn't be interested in a coward.
I guess so.
Where can I meet him? Why not here in the house?
No. It's too light.
Too light?
Yeah. I want someplace dark where he can't see me.
He's probably just as nervous about this as you are.
You don't think he'll take one look at me and run?
I don't think he'll take one look at you and run.
Okay. I'll make a date to meet him this Friday night. I wonder where he is right now. I wonder what he's doing this very moment. My dear.
Isn't Patty ready yet? She's been dressing all afternoon.
She had a difficult time deciding what to wear.
Say, what if that boy doesn't show up?
He'll show he's smart.
I'm sure he'll show up.
He really sounds quite wonderful.
Where are they meeting?
At the malt shop.
That proves he's smart. If he doesn't like Patty, at least he gets a malt out of the deal.
Do I look all right?
You look beautiful, Patty.
What if he doesn't like this outfit?
Let him buy you another one.
He may expect me to look older. In fact, now that I think of it, I'm sure he does. I'll be right back.
But
Good evening, Lancelot. It's so amusing to finally meet you at last. What do you think?
He'll think you're your grandmother.
Are you sure he wants a sophisticated girl?
Now that I think of it, I'm sure he doesn't. He's very athletic. I'll be right back. Tennis, anyone? Good evening, Lancelot. I'm Guinevere. I'm certainly honored to meet you. What do you think?
why don't you really fool him and go as yourself?
As myself? I couldn't. Patty, do you remember what you said? It's what's inside that counts.
Honey, once you've met him, you'll feel better.
How did I ever get myself involved in this? Okay. I'll go meet him. Good luck, Patty. Gee, I wish I was prettier and smarter.
Honey, you're everything you need to be. You just remember that. And if he doesn't appreciate you the way you are, well, you come back here and we'll buy you a malt.
Thanks, Papa.
What's the book?
Sonnets from the Portuguese.
You're gonna read on your first date?
No, it's our identification. Each of us is carrying a copy.
Why don't you wear a rose in your teeth?
Goodbye, everybody. I love you all.
Call us as soon as you can.
Good luck, sis.
It'll be fine. I feel like I'm going to my execution.
Would anybody like to go down to the malt shop and get a soda?
No, we are all staying right here.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Mary.
Hi there.
What are you doing here?
Where? Oh, having a soda. You mind?
No, of course not.
Sorry, I can't ask you to join me. I have a date.
Oh, that's all right. I'm meeting someone, too.
How you been?
Just fine, thanks. How have you been?
Oh, great. Never better.
Good. That's very good.
Well, I'll see you.
Yeah, see ya. Hi. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Is that your book?
Yeah, it's for a test.
Oh, I see. Where's your date?
Oh, she'll be along. She's pretty crazy about me, you know.
She must be.
Well, where's your date?
I changed my mind. If you see him, tell him not to wait for me because I won't be here.
I don't know who he is. Patty!
Two-timing, double-dealing nerve of him. All the time he was going with me, he was writing to this other girl. He wasn't writing to this other girl. He was writing to you. Don't be logical.
Weren't you writing to another boy?
That's different. I'm a girl. Boy, when I think of all the things he wrote about himself. You're my oasis. Let me spend my last moments with you. I'm artistic and sensitive. He's about as sensitive as a wet noodle.
Do you think he really wrote those things?
I guess so.
I thought they were very impressive.
Impressive?
Richard wrote them.
Which Richard?
What do you mean? Which Richard?
Well, the one who comes around here in sloppy sweaters with his hair uncombed and an apple in his mouth? Or the one who's so shy and sensitive that he's afraid you might laugh at him if he wrote a poem to you? So, he's forced to write to a dream girl he's never even met.
Never thought of Richard as being poetic and sensitive.
Sometimes it's hard to say the things we feel very deeply. No one likes to be laughed at.
I hate to find myself on Richard's side, but there's more to Richard than meets the eye.
Does he know you're Guinevere?
No, and if you tell him, I'll have you beheaded.
I'll get it.
Hi, excuse me for butting in. Can I see you a minute, Patty?
Sure. Come on in. I thought you had a date.
Oh, well, I canceled it. You know how it is.
Sure. I know how it is. Come on in.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
Hello, my boy. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Lane.
I haven't seen you in a long time. What have you been doing?
Ross, why don't you and I go into the kitchen and I'll fix you a sandwich?
Great. What kind?
Well, I better get in the den and work on my editorial.
I'll go upstairs and straighten up.
Bye, Richard. Let's see you around here more often.
Thanks. I really stopped by to apologize.
What for?
Oh, I don't know. Being such a slob.
Don't say that. You're sensitive and intelligent and wonderful.
Me?
Yeah. You. Richard,
Yeah?
do you take me to the malt shop?
You mean? I sure would, and I'll treat. There's something I better tell you first. What I said about canceling my date tonight wasn't exactly true. I got stood up.
Oh? Anyone I know?
No.
Was it someone you liked?
Think so. I never actually met her. She was kind of a blind date. We'd been writing to one another.
That's kid stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, she sure made a fool of me. She never even showed up.
Was she anything like me?
No. Guinevere was older than you, kind of sophisticated. And,
Guinevere?
well, that's what she called herself. She was very deep. Kind of sensitive and warm and...
You sound like you're in love with her.
I don't know. Maybe I was. A little. Now I'll never have the chance to find out.
You never know.
Let's go.
Lancelot.
Hi, folks.
Hello, Richard.
All right.
No more bananas? The apples are getting good. Aren't you dressed yet? I have an alley reserved for 8 o'clock.
Are we going bowling again?
Sure, what's wrong?
Is that all you ever do? Eat?
You told me you were going to throw that shirt away.
Why don't you ever comb your hair?
I might have buy you a new sweater for Christmas.
There's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Hi, Mom. Papa, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Congratulations. What have you done?
I've just been voted the best dressed girl at the school dance next Friday night.
You've just been voted the best dressed girl at the school dance next Friday night?
That's right. And you know why? Because of the beautiful new dress you're going to buy me.
I see. Does Patty really need a new dress?
Oh, I'm afraid it's a necessity.
How much is this necessity going to cost me?
Let's say $40.
Let's say 40. Here's 20.
Hi, Pop. Got any left over for me?
No.
Papa, Sue Ellen's dress is going to cost a lot more than this.
Sue Ellen's father is a banker. Look at it this way. Sue Ellen has more money, you have more ingenuity.
$20 worth?
Honey, you'll outdo her. Don't worry.
Well, Kathy, you want to come with me while I get my dress for Friday night? Oh, I'd love to, Patty, but I promised Frances Gordon I'd accompany her to Music Hall this evening. I'd better practice. Excuse me.
Would you like me to come with you, Patty?
No, thanks, Mom. I'll take Maggie with me. You probably got a million things to do.
And you're afraid if I pick your clothes, I'll dress you in muslin and old lace.
Mom, I don't care how old they say you are. You're young in heart.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bouquets, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
May I help you?
Oh, yes. I'm looking for an evening gown. My class is giving a dance Friday night.
Did you have anything particular in mind?
Well, yes. It has to be imported material, special design, hand-sewn, one of a kind, and sell for no more than $19.95.
$19.95. That's all her father thinks she's worth.
But it's not. He's already given me so much, I couldn't take any more from him. Oh, look, my birthday present, a solid gold bracelet.
Let me see what I can find.
Thank you. Maggie, look at this one. Oh, it's all gold. Beautiful color. Gold. Oh, I bet it cost $60, $70. Oh, it's worth every penny of it. Oh, I knew it. $79.50.
Come on, let's get back to the bargain basement.
Hello, girls.
Hi, Maggie. Patty.
Hi, Sue Ellen. What are you doing here?
Getting my dress for Friday night.
Me too.
You're not buying this one.
Oh, of course not. Of course I am. Why not?
It's, $79.50.
Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
Well,
My father is president of a bank, and even I have to think twice before I spend that much money.
My father's editor of a newspaper, and I don't think at all.
I'll say. I think you'll like this one. Isn't it lovely? And only $16. Isn't this the one you wanted?
Yeah, I'd take it in a minute, but it's not my size.
Betty, you're making me nervous. What size are you?
I'm a 5. That's at least a 12.
It's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5. We don't have a charge account here.
I'll be happy to open one for you. Here you are, Cinderella. Now you can go to the ball. How much is this one? $95. I'll take it. Good. I'll just get my order book.
Patty, you are out of your head buying that dress. Wait till your father finds out. Will you relax? I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to return it. I just have to show up that show-off. Don't tell me you're thinking of spending $79.50 for a dress. My father's president of a bank, and I have to think twice. She can't even think once.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Maggie.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
I see you bought your dress.
Yeah, kind of.
Do you know what? Your father phoned from the office because he was worried he hadn't given you enough money to get a good dress. Is it all right?
Oh, Mrs. Lane, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Yeah. Mom, if you're going upstairs, would you put this in my room? I'm a little late.
Sure. Where are you going?
I'm meeting Richard at the malt shop. Oh, Mom, if he calls, will you tell him I'll be late because I'm stopping off at Jean's? Oh, and if Scotty calls me, will you tell him that I'll meet him at Ann's at 4 instead of Emma's at 6?
If Richard calls, you'll be late because you're stopping off at Jean's. If Scotty calls, you'll meet him at Ann's at 4 instead of Emma's at 6.
Thanks, Mrs. Lane. My mother can never get them straight.
I get a lot of practice.
Come on, let's go. Aunt Natalie?
Yes, Kathy?
Have you seen my blue dress?
Oh, dear, I forgot to pick it up at the cleaners. I'm sorry, Kathy.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to wear it to the musicale this evening. I haven't anything to wear.
Yes, you do. Wear Patty's dress.
Oh, I couldn't. It's her new dress.
Oh, she won't mind. She wears your dresses all the time. Besides, it's an emergency.
Are you sure she won't mind?
Of course not. You know Patty. She'll be pleased.
I'll wear it.
Good.
Into the malt shop and saw you?
I told you. She finally got tired of hanging around the dress shop waiting for me to return the dress. Now we can go back.
You're a real brain.
True. Let's go get it. It's a good thing we were open late tonight.
It's no use. It won't come out.
How am I going to tell her? Hi, Mama. Hi, Kat. Hey, look at the stain on that dress. You ought to be more careful. It's ruined. Oh, I'll see you later. Together. You know, it's the funniest thing, but it looks exactly like a dress I bought at Fido's. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't it?
It was my fault, Patty. I told Kathy to wear your new dress.
I shouldn't have worn it. I'm so sorry, Patty. It was really...
Don't worry, darling. I'll give you the $20 you spent for the dress, and you can buy it.
Oh, boy. Are you angry with me, Patty? No.
You see, I told you. Well, I'd better start dinner.
Guess I better be running along. I'll see you in prison. What is it? Can you take a shock? That dress cost $79.50. Or it couldn't. Oh, you only had $20 to spend. I was trying to impress Sue Ellen. I had to prove to her that I could buy a more expensive dress than she could. I was gonna take it back. Oh, boy. Wait till Papa finds out. I'll tell him it was my fault. After all, I did ruin it. That won't do any good. I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. Patty, where are we going to get all that money? Where? Look. It's my darling little brother. All right. Huh? You know, Ross, we really don't spend enough time together. You're right. Ross, dear, you're in trouble. Oh, a little. But you can help me out. She always helps you when you're in trouble. What's your problem? I need $60. FGI. FGI? Forget it. Now what do we do? Conspiracy? We panic. Hello? Is this the 3rd Avenue second-hand shop? Do you buy used dresses? Splendid. My dear, we're two society girls, and of course we're magnificent things. We have an exclusive creation that we could be talked into parting with. Describe it? Well, it's a gold dress with sort of a blackberry punch two-tone front. Hello? Hello? Is this the Ford Foundation? I understand that you, finance deserving projects. You do? Get in there and pitch. Well, we have a very deserving project that concerns the future of 2 young girls who are victims of circumstances and... An application. 6 months to process. We could try the Rockefeller Foundation. Forget it. We have to solve this by the time Papa gets home. How? We're going back to the scene of the crime. And I just read where the newest thing is two-tone dresses. You'll be ahead of everybody.
I'm sorry. I can't take this back.
Perhaps we could make a settlement of some kind.
I am sorry. Excuse me. Yes, madam. May I help you?
How much is this necklace?
$4.50.
It looks remarkably real. I'll take it.
You can't tell the difference between this and the real thing. I'll just get my order book and meet you in the front of the store.
Oh, good.
What are you doing? You heard what she said. You can't tell these from the real thing. Now, I can only find one that looks like my... Kathy, look. Doesn't this one look exactly like mine? Yes, but... Patty, you have a solid gold bracelet. Why do you want that? Papa told me to use my ingenuity. Watch me.
I can loan you $50 on it.
$50? For this magnificent bracelet? Well, Kath, I wasn't going to tell him, but I guess I'll have to. Are you sure you should? Positive. Sir, I can see that you have a kind face. This money is for a very worthy cause. A family. A loving family. 8 children, 1 mother and father will be put out onto the street unless we can find some money for them.
Now that breaks my heart.
I know. The man made some tragic mistakes in business. How much can you give me for the bracelet?
$40.
$40? That's less than you offered before.
I've got a wife and 9 children. If I make bad business deals, I'll be out on the street, too. Now, $40. Take it or leave it.
Well, cuz, we made it. It took every penny we could beg, borrow, or steal, but the dress is paid for. How are you going to get your gold bracelet out of pawn? We'll worry about that tomorrow. At least the pressure's off. No wonder this thing only cost $2.50. It's turning my wrist green. We better go. I promised Richard I'd help him with his history. You promised Richard we'd help him with his history. Be a pal. What do I know about history? All right, let's go.
Hello, darling. You're home early.
I know. Well, the world was pretty quiet for a few minutes, so I thought I'd take the afternoon off, let Eddie handle things. Hey, what's Patty's bracelet doing here?
Oh, she went out. I suppose she left it there because she was afraid of losing it.
She really loves it, doesn't she?
Yes. It's beautiful.
You know what I should do? I should have it engraved.
Patty'd be so pleased.
I was going to do that when I bought it, but I was in too big a hurry. Jeweler told me I could bring it back any time.
Why don't you surprise her?
You mean do it now?
Why not?
All right, why not? Think I can be back in less than an hour?
I can't wait to see her face when she sees it.
Neither can I.
Mr. Lane, well, how nice to see you.
Oh, Mr. Gary. See, I brought my daughter Patty's bracelet in to be engraved. I bought it here last week for her birthday.
Ah, well, let's see. Well, we'd be very happy to engrave it. Mr. Lane, you certain I sold you this bracelet?
Of course. It was $84 plus tax. Why?
Well, I'm afraid there's been some mistake. This bracelet isn't worth more than $1 or $2. It's a piece of cheap costume jewelry.
Costume jewelry? I paid you $84 for it, plus tax.
Well, I don't know how we could have made a mistake like that. I'm terribly sorry. It's a lucky thing you brought it back.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yes, a thing like that can ruin a store's reputation. Here's the one you should have had. Now, what was that engraving?
Oh, it should read, to Patty, happy birthday from Popo.
Happy birthday from Popo. That's lovely.
You know, it's a lucky thing I went down to that store. Mr. Carey had made a mistake and given us a piece of junk jewelry.
You mean Patty's been wearing a piece of costume jewelry?
And telling everybody it was real gold. Maybe we shouldn't say anything to her about it. She'll feel terrible.
Well, I think it's kind of funny. She'll get a kick out of it.
Why don't you put it on the table?
Hi, Papa. You home early. Hello, Uncle Martin.
Hello, girls. Patty, your mother and I were noticing your bracelet.
You were?
You know, there seems to be something different about it.
Different?
Why don't you pick it up?
Pick it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Read what it says inside.
It doesn't say anything. How did that get there?
I took it down to the jewelry store and had it engraved for you.
You took it down to the... When?
Just a few minutes ago.
Surprised?
Dumbfounded.
This'll amuse you, Patty. There was some kind of a mix-up. Mr. Carey made a mistake and gave us some junk jewelry.
And when you went to have the bracelet engraved, you found a mistake.
That's right. So don't worry. This time the bracelet is solid gold. It's a good thing I took it back there, isn't it?
Lucky isn't the word for it. Do you want to break the news, or shall I? Why don't you?
What news?
Father?
We're in trouble.
Father, haven't you ever wanted a long gold lame sheath with a square neckline and a panel back with a long tail?
Patty, what are you trying to say?
When I was born...
Patty!
I'll get it.
Natalie, I have the feeling she's done it again.
Done what again?
That's what's so interesting about Patty. You never know. And when you find out, you can't believe it.
Look who's here.
Mr. Carey. Well, is there anything wrong?
Well, I'm just a little confused, Mr. Lane, but I'm sure I can straighten it all out. Yes, at least I hope I can.
I was just trying to explain it.
I assure you that the bracelet I sold you was solid gold, Mr. Lane. Yes. I wrapped it myself.
Well, if you say so, Mr. Carey, I believe you. But somehow that solid gold bracelet got changed into a piece of costume jewelry.
It's hard to know where to begin.
Honey, why don't you skip the part about when you were born and start with more recent events? Say this week.
It really wasn't our fault. It was the fickle finger of fate. You see, I went down to buy a dress with the loot you gave me, and Sue Ellen was there giving me the ice cube. So I did the quick peacock bit until swap time, and the Cinderella here went to the ball, and the canary hit a clinker, and instant blackberry juice. They wouldn't take the dream job back. Then we got turned down by the Ford Foundation, and Kathy's tot tending pot fell through. Then we bought the carbon and took the McCoy to the pawnbroker with 9 children, and that's how we got the loot to get off the racket beat us.
Patty, I was wrong. Why don't you start with when you were born? Natalie, I have been a newspaper man for 20 years, and I have never come across a story as wild as that. And I'll tell you something else. If I had, I wouldn't have believed it.
But it happened, Martin.
It could only have happened to Patty.
Wasn't entirely her fault. I told Kathy to wear Patty's new dress.
No, you didn't. Because Patty didn't have a new dress. We spent $80 on a status symbol, and she still doesn't have a new dress.
I'll have the dress she bought dyed.
And now she's got 2 gold bracelets, one of them in pawn.
Won't Mr. Carey take it back?
Oh, sure. He'll be happy to take it back to the store and hold it there until someone comes in and says, I'd like a gold bracelet engraved to Patty from Popo.
I meant, won't he take back the one in pawn?
Well, he's already agreed to do that.
Well, you've already straightened it out.
It's like straightening out World War II. She doesn't get it from my side of the family.
You don't want her, I'll take her.
No, you won't. And I'll tell you something. I can hardly wait to find out what she's going to do next.
Uncle?
Father, you're still in trouble.
Father, I want to apologize. None of this would have happened if I wasn't trying to impress Sue Ellen. If you'll give me some time, I'd like to pay for it out of my allowance. It wasn't her fault, Uncle Martin. I ruined the dress. I want to pay for it.
You can both pay for it. And you can take as much time as you want. But please, no more status symbols, huh?
I won't ever care what anybody else wears again. Thanks, Father.
Popo.
I'm afraid we can't take it back in this condition. This dress is ruined.
Patty.
Oh, but you've got to take it back.
Oh, hi there, Sue Ellen. What happened to your pretty dress?
You'll never believe it.
Try us.
Well, I was holding a cup of coffee while I was putting the dress back into the box, and And suddenly from the house next door, I heard someone singing some high notes, and the cup broke and the coffee spilled all over the dress.
That's the strangest thing I've ever heard. That's pretty wild, all right.
Where am I going to get the money? I have to pay for the dress.
I'll give you a hint. Don't try the Ford Foundation.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Bless you. Thank you. You're out of your head, Kathy. You can't possibly. You're wrong, Patty. I certainly do. Bless you. Thank you. I know you, and I know me. And I tell you, you can't. And you don't know me as well as you think you do. Oh, don't I? Will you listen to... Bless you.
What are you two arguing about? I can hear you all the way upstairs.
About who loves who the most.
Bless you. That's what you're arguing about.
It wasn't really an argument, Aunt Natalie. I was just trying to tell Patty how much I appreciate everything she's done for me. I haven't done anything for her. You've taught me new dances. You've gotten me dates.
Bless you.
That's nothing. Look what you've done for me. Who is it who's always helping me with my homework? You. And no wonder. She got the highest marks in the whole class, that's all. Your marks were excellent. Oh, nothing like yours. Gee, it's great to have a brain for a cousin. That's why Mama and Papa gave you that beautiful pin. It's really boss.
We'll get you one if you'd like, Patty.
Oh, I didn't earn it. Kathy deserves it.
Oh, isn't your allergy any better, darling?
No. The only thing that keeps me from going crazy is having Kathy around to console me. I'm sure Dr. Fair will find out what's causing it soon. He better. I wonder if anybody's ever sneezed to death.
Bless you.
Thank you. He must have given me 10,000 allergy tests. I've given up sweaters, dogs, apples, and automobiles. They can practically land a man on the moon. If they could stop me from sneezing.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
I'll never be able to see another movie. It was mean of them to throw you out of the theater last night. Yeah, but when they did, who went with me? You did.
Dr. Fayer's here, dear.
Kathy, Patty,
Hi, Doctor. Good morning, Dr. Fair.
how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, she's been going on like that night and day. She hasn't had any sleep in a week. Isn't there something that can be done? A new drug or...
Oh, that won't be necessary.
What do you mean?
I've just finished completing a very thorough investigation of your allergy. And frankly, Patty, we were all baffled. Every test we made was negative. Do you remember last week when I asked you to give me an hour-by-hour report of everything you did, everyone you saw, every place you went, when you sneezed most, when you sneezed least?
Yeah, I wasted half a day writing that thing.
Oh, that time wasn't wasted. You solved the whole problem for us.
You mean you know what's causing her allergy?
That's right.
That's wonderful, Dr. Fair. What am I allergic to?
I'm sorry to tell you this, Patty. You're allergic to your cousin Kathy.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night
and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins. Identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
I can't be allergic to Kathy, Doctor. She's my best friend in the whole world.
That has nothing to do with it. This is entirely a physical thing.
Couldn't you have made a mistake?
Absolutely none. Why, here's a chart we had made up. Now, Patty went to this class alone. She didn't sneeze. She shared this class with Kathy. She sneezed. During the day, when she's away from Kathy, she's fine. At night, when she shares a room with Kathy, she sneezes. No, there's no doubt about it, Mrs. Lane. Being around Kathy causes Patty to sneeze.
I've never heard of people being allergic to people.
Oh, it's much more common than you suspect. There was a case recently where a wife was allergic to her husband. They had to get a divorce. Now, we have a lot more to learn about allergies, but I'll tell you how to cure this one. Don't you get too close to Kathy and you won't sneeze anymore.
What about the room we share?
Well, you might try moving your beds farther apart.
How far apart?
When the sneezing stops, that's it. Well, I've got to be running along. Good day.
I'll see you to the door.
I feel like Typhoid Annie. You don't believe what he said, do you, Kathy? Me allergic to you? That's ridiculous. He seemed quite sure. Well, so am I, and I tell you, it isn't true. I hope not. I'll prove it to you. Stay right there. Now what? Okay, now we take a step toward each other. Another one. Another one. You see, I took... You're allergic to me. Better move it back a little more. There, that's it, right there. Are you sure that's far enough? Oh, sure. Maybe I should move into another room. Gee, Kathy, you're not taking this personally, are you? I'm trying not to, Patty. I just feel as though I'm a leper or something. That's ridiculous. You can't help it if there's something about you that makes me sneeze. Sometimes allergies can be psychosomatic. What does that mean? Well, if you resent someone or dislike them, it can come out in a rash or hives or sneezes. Oh, Kathy, that's crazy. I love you. Oh, Kathy, would you mind sitting over there, please? Certainly.
Kath, now I don't want you to worry about Dr. Fair's report. Nobody knows for sure what causes these things. It's just some sensitivity that triggers a physical reaction.
I know, Uncle Martin.
The important thing is not to take it personally.
That's what I told her.
I'm sure it's only temporary. It'll probably go away soon.
I hope it goes away soon. Hi, Rich.
Let's go.
Oh, you could at least come in and say hello.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Oh, good
Oh,
evening,
Richard.
Richard.
Let's go. Good night, everybody.
Gee, I'm glad we had this little visit.
Me too. Hey, you're not sneezing now. How come?
The doctor found out what I was allergic to.
Oh, that's great. What was it?
I'll tell you on the way.
No, tell me now. Pollen? Strawberries? Pussycats? Dust?
Me.
You? What?
Patty is allergic to me.
No, seriously, what did the doc say?
Boy, it takes a long time to get through to him.
Richard, it's true. There's a slight... Well, when Patty and Kathy are together, Patty begins...
You mean she's allergic to Kathy? Well, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. Ow!
Come on. Where are you two going?
To the movies. The witch doctor strikes back.
You could use a witch doctor here.
Now, can we go?
Isn't Kathy coming with us?
No, thank you. I think I'll stay in and do some homework. Come on, Kath. Why don't you come with us? I don't mind sneezing a little. Honest. No, thank you. I'll stay in. Look, I'm not going to let this keep us from being together. I don't care what the doc... Bless you. Thank you. Come on, Richard.
Good night, everybody. I think that's the funniest thing.
He didn't mean anything by that.
No. What he said is right. I'm very funny. People look at me and begin sneezing. I could replace snuff.
Now, Kat.
Excuse me.
Martin, what are we going to do about this?
I don't know. I'm no doctor. Suppose we can just watch and wait, read up on allergies.
I could understand Kathy being allergic to Patty. But
that will be enough of that, Ross.
You know, I'm developing a whole new philosophy. When life is going along peacefully and everything looks great, watch out.
Checkmate.
Psychosomatic disorders are a direct result of strong emotional conflict, leading to abnormal physical manifestations. When the body behaves abnormally, it is invariably because of strong basic emotions, such as fear, hatred, or jealousy. I knew it. Patty hates me.
Hi there. Whoops. I almost forgot.
You know I didn't sneeze once all night? Congratulations.
Isn't that great?
Hey, too bad you missed the movie. Boy, is it creepy. It was about this space monster who comes down from outer space, and his machine cracks up and he lands in the jungle. He keeps boom, 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 knocking down trees. Suddenly, a witch doctor jumps out with a huge poison spear. Ha! And he keeps jabbing at him and jabbing at him and jabbing at him and jabbing at him, trying to kill him. But it doesn't even faze the monster. He just keeps boom. Till he reaches this village. Everybody screams in terror. And then the witch doctor casts a spell on the monster. Over, doober, over. And you know what happens? 6 more space monsters jump up.
I love those wild pictures where everybody casts spells and everything.
What'd you do all night? Uber, doober, uber. Bless you.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Maggie. Oh, hi, Rich.
Hi, Herb.
You coming over tonight?
Sure. Oh, what time?
Oh, about 8 o'clock.
Give the old folks a chance to cool it.
See you then.
Bye.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Eddie.
How many?
3.
Okay, right over here.
Eddie, we need 2 tables.
You need 2 tables and there's 3 of you?
Yeah, Kathy needs a table.
Oh. Okay, take this one and that one.
How you doing, Kath? Just fine, thank you. I wish you could join us, but...
I think it's the funniest thing I ever heard of. You stop doing that?
Oh, hi, Kathy.
Hello, Ted.
Are you alone?
Quite alone.
Well, why don't we join Patty and Rich?
You join them if you like. I can't.
Oh, you and Patty having some kind of an argument, huh?
We are not. Anybody who'd argue with Kathy must be out of their mind. She's pure gold.
Well, then why won't she sit with you?
It's a long story.
but it sure is funny.
All right, what do we have?
I'll have a double tulip flip with a scoop of vanilla, strawberry, and tutti frutti ice cream, a little hot fudge, some walnuts, and a few cherries. And easy on the whipped cream. I'm on a diet.
I'll have a chocolate soda. Black and white soda, please.
A banana milkshake. Hi, Patty girl.
Hi, Alfred boy.
Is it on for tonight?
You bet. 8 o'clock.
Kathy, I thought you were in quarantine like Typhoid Mary. Achoo!
Why don't you leave her alone, Alfred?
I can't help it. I just look at her and I sneeze. Achoo! Choo!
Don't mind him, Kath. I don't mind him. What is it? Don't you know? I guess not. But if you don't know, I can't tell you. Can't tell me what? They're laughing at me, but the problem is yours. Now, wait a red-hot minute. You're blaming me because you make me sneeze? Exactly. And if you don't believe me, ask Dr. Richard Duncan. Who's he? A great authority on schizophrenics. What's that? It's a person who has 2 personalities.
All right, who gets 2 sodas?
Give one to each of her.
I'm home.
Hello, darling. Have a good day?
Fine. I gave a speech today at the Newspaper Guild luncheon.
Were you a smash?
Well, I got a few laughs.
What'd you talk about?
Teenagers.
That is no laughing matter.
You're telling me. You should hear some of the stories the other fathers have to tell about their teenagers. Do you have the feeling sometime that they're out to get us?
Every day.
How's the combat area around here?
Everything is quiet at the moment. I'm afraid it's the lull before the storm. They're barely speaking to each other. It's ridiculous. Patty can't help it if she sneezes.
I'm not so sure.
You mean you think she's trying to sneeze?
No. Nat, do you think that Patty could be jealous of Kathy?
I don't know.
I mean, if Patty were upset because Kathy got the highest marks in the class, that would explain a lot of things.
But Patty genuinely loves Kathy.
Well, I don't really think that has anything to do with it. Patty is a very competitive girl. Where is she now?
Upstairs.
Patty, would you come down here for a minute, please?
What are you going to say to her?
I'm going to try a little psychology.
Martin, do you think it's a serious problem?
Well, when 2 girls who really love each other can't stand to be around one another, I think it could develop into a serious problem, yeah.
Papa, did you call me?
Yeah, your mother and I would like to have a little talk with you.
What didn't I do now?
Sit down.
Oh, it's going to be one of those serious talks.
Would you like to begin, Nat?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm a listener.
Well, there's no point in beating around the bush. Patty, jealousy is a very unattractive quality.
I know. I can't help it if Kathy's jealous of me.
Kathy's jealous of you?
Isn't that what you just said?
No, it isn't what I just said. Patty, what was your reaction when Mr. Brewster announced that Kathy had gotten the highest marks in the entire class?
I said, yippee.
And when did your sneezing start?
The day after. You don't think I'm sneezing because I'm jealous of Kathy?
Well, the thought had crossed my mind.
But that's ridiculous. I was glad when she made it. I really was.
I believe you, Patty. I think you were glad, consciously. But unconsciously, you seem to have a deep-seated resentment. And the result was that every time Kathy got near you, you started to sneeze.
That doesn't make me a very nice character, does it?
Patty, there's nothing wrong with good, healthy competition. It's only when it's carried to an extreme that it becomes a problem.
Honestly, I didn't know I was jealous of her. My conscience thought my subconscious was really pleased. What do I do about it?
Now that you know the reason why you sneeze when Kathy comes near you, I think you can cure it.
How?
I want to try a little experiment. Now, I want you to say to yourself, and really mean it, I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. Okay?
Okay. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy.
Good. You see, if you really mean that, then that message is going to sift down to your subconscious. And then your subconscious won't have any reason to sneeze anymore.
I'm returning your dictionary, Uncle Martin.
Kath, Patty has something that she wants to say to you.
Yeah. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy.
You see?
I will never understand irrational numbers. If you can't, no one can. Funny.
I wish you'd be quiet. Do you know that our final math exam is Friday?
Where's Kathy?
Up in her half of our room.
Oh, why don't you ask her to come down and help us?
No.
What are you suddenly so proud about? You always used to ask her to help us.
My subconscious won't let me.
Your what?
Skip it. Now listen, we're all gonna pass this exam without any help from Kathy. How do you multiply complex of fractions? Well, you take the last 3 digits in the first column and then...
You take the first 3 digits in the last column.
I don't get it. We're down here cracking our brains, and the genius is upstairs breezing through all this. Pass me some pie.
I thought you might like a cup of tea, Kathy.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Natalie.
Oh, they're studying up a storm downstairs.
Are they?
Crossword puzzle. Aren't you studying for the algebra exam Friday?
No.
It must be a wonderful feeling to be such a good student.
Aunt Natalie?
Yes, Kathy?
Would you mind very much if I asked you and Uncle Martin to take back the pin you gave me?
Don't you like it?
Very much. Only... I'd like you to take it back.
Why, Kathy?
I just would.
Is it because of Patty?
I don't blame Patty for being angry with me, or jealous. Studying just seems to come easily for me. And then to have a parents give me a prize for it, it's enough to make anyone sneeze.
You know something? I love you.
I love you, too. Will you take it back?
If you want me to.
Thank you.
So I thought that instead of taking Kathy's pen back from her, we should give Patty a pen. That way Patty won't feel there's any favoritism.
Just sounds like a wonderful idea.
This is exactly like Kathy's.
Oh, hi.
Aren't you home early?
I flew home. I did it. I did it.
Well, whatever you did seems to put you in a euphoric state of mind.
I passed my algebra test. I got a B.
Patty, that's wonderful. By the way, your mother has a little surprise for you.
Yeah? What is it?
This.
That's beautiful. It's a gun.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Am I? That must be what's causing it. There's something in this that Patty's allergic to.
You mean I'm not allergic to Kathy?
No.
The reason that you sneezed every time you got close to Kathy is because she was always wearing this pin.
Are you sure?
Let's test it. You see? Nothing.
I'm not jealous of Kathy.
And I owe you and your subconscious a big fat apology.
Hi, Kath. I have the most wonderful news for you. I have some wonderful news for you. Mr. Brewster called me in to give me the results of my algebra test.
The principal of the school called you into his office? Gee, that's marvelous.
Isn't it? And I didn't even study.
And you still got 100?
100?
No, I failed. Now Patty doesn't have to be jealous of me anymore. Hi, Rich.
Hi, let's go.
Come on and say hi to the older generation.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
What?
I just said it to scare you.
Well, you succeeded.
Where's Kathy?
Oh, she'll be right in. She's just finishing up in the kitchen.
How'd she do on that makeup test?
She got 100. That's how she did. You know something? I'm jealous. I'm ready. Let's buzz.
Long adioso.
Long adioso? What language is that?
It means so long.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Patty, you sneezed. It's all right. I'm catching a cold. That's wonderful. Bye. Long adioso.
Long adioso.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins